September 24th, 1954. Beverly Hills, California. A church. White flowers everywhere. Guests in their finest clothes. A bride in a stunning white gown walking down the aisle. A groom waiting at the altar, smiling, happy, in love. A perfect wedding. A fairy tale. Except for one detail. Outside, across the street, sitting on a motorcycle, is a young man. Leather jacket, sunglasses, not moving, not leaving, just watching. His name is James Dean. And the bride getting married today? He loves her. She loves him. They're soulmates. But her mother said no, her family said no, her religion said no. So today, Pier Angeli is marrying someone else. A good Italian Catholic boy her mother approves of. Not the rebellious, unstable Protestant actor she actually loves. And James Dean is watching it happen, powerless, heartbroken, destroyed. This is the story of the greatest love James Dean ever knew. And the wedding that killed him inside, the moment everything changed, the day his heart stopped believing in happy endings. Hollywood, the first meeting. James Dean is 20 years old, struggling actor, broke, nobody, doing bit parts in TV shows, sleeping on friends' couches, eating one meal a day if he's lucky. Pier Angeli is 19th, rising star, Italian actress, beautiful, innocent, sweet. Everything Hollywood usually corrupts but hasn't corrupted yet. They meet at a party, small gathering, someone's apartment, cheap wine, cheaper conversation. Dean sees her across the room. She's different from the other Hollywood girls. Quiet, shy, not trying to be seen, actually listening when people talk. He approaches. "You look bored." She smiles, a real smile. "I am. These parties are all the same. Everyone performing, nobody being real." "What would real look like?" "I don't know. Maybe sitting somewhere quiet, talking about things that matter. Not who's dating who or what studio is doing what." Dean grins. "Want to get out of here?" They leave, walk to a small diner, order coffee, talk for 5 hours straight, about acting, about dreams, about loneliness, about being different in a town that demands conformity. "My mother wants me to marry a nice Italian boy," Pier says. "Have babies, stop acting, be normal." "And what do you want?" "To be myself, to act, to choose my own life. But she won't let me. Italian families, you know, the mother controls everything." Dean understands. His own father controlled everything. Until Dean escaped. "You're 19, Dean says. "You can choose." Pier shakes her head. "You don't understand. In my family, you don't choose. You obey, or you're disowned." That night, Dean walks her home. They stand outside her mother's house, neither wanting to say goodbye. "Can I see you again?" Dean asks. "My mother won't approve." "I'm not asking your mother." Pier looks at him, this wild, intense, beautiful boy who sees her, really sees her. "Yes," she whispers. "Yes." 1952 to 1953, The Secret Romance. They meet in secret for 2 years. Late-night diners, long drives, empty beaches, anywhere her mother won't find them. They fall deeply, desperately in love. The kind of love that's all-consuming, obsessive, everything. Dean has never felt this before. Never let anyone this close. Never trusted anyone this much. Pier is his safe place, his calm in the storm, the only person who doesn't need him to be anything but himself. "You're going to be a star," Pier tells him one night. They're sitting on the beach, watching the ocean, her head on his shoulder. "Maybe, maybe not." "You will, I know it. And when you are, promise me something." "What?" "Don't change. Don't become like the others. Stay you. Stay this." Dean kisses her. "I promise. As long as you promise to stay with me." Always, Pier says, I'll always be with you. But promises are fragile things, and Pier's mother is a force of nature. The mother finds out. Pier's mother, Enrica Angeli, discovers the relationship. She's furious, horrified, scandalized. A Protestant actor? Are you insane? He's nobody. He has no money, no family, no future, and he's not even Catholic. I love him, Mama. You don't know what love is. You're 21 years old. You'll get over this foolishness. I won't. I'm going to marry him. Enrica's face goes white, then red, then cold. No, you're not. I forbid it. You can't forbid me. I'm an adult. As long as you live under my roof, as long as you take my money, as long as you are my daughter, you will obey me. You will stop seeing this boy, or I will disown you. Cut you off completely. You'll have nothing. Pier is terrified. She's never worked a real job, never supported herself. All her money goes to her mother. She's completely dependent. Mama, please. No, it's over. Today, you end it, or I end you. Pier tries to fight, but Enrica is relentless, watches her constantly, monitors her calls, controls her schedule, makes it impossible for Pier to see Dean. Dean calls. Enrica hangs up. Dean shows up at the house. Enrica calls the police. Dean sends letters. Enrica burns them. For months, Dean and Pier are kept apart. It's torture. For both of them. Dean spirals, drinks, gets into fights, becomes more reckless, more self-destructive. Friends worry he's going to hurt himself. Pier withdraws, becomes quiet, depressed, stops eating, stops caring, just goes through the motions. Her mother doesn't care. You'll thank me one day, Enrica says, when you're married to a good man with a good family. The arrangement. Enrica arranges a marriage. To Vic Damone. Italian singer. Catholic. Successful. Exactly what she wants for her daughter. Vic is nice enough, handsome, talented, but Pier doesn't love him, doesn't feel anything for him. Give him a chance, Enrica insists. Love will grow. Pier goes through the motions, dates Vic, smiles for photos, pretends to be happy. But at night she cries, for James, for what they had, for what could have been. Dean hears about the engagement. He's filming East of Eden now, finally getting his break, finally becoming somebody. He calls Pier, begs her to reconsider. I'm going to be a star now. I can support you. We can be together. Just say no. Please. Pier is crying. I can't. My mother will disown me. I'll lose everything. You'll have me. Isn't that enough? Silence. And Dean knows he's not enough. Her family, her security, her mother's approval, it all matters more. I'm sorry, Jimmy, Pier whispers. I love you, but I can't. She hangs up. Dean stands there, holding a dead phone, feeling his heart crack in half. September 24th, 1954, the wedding day. Pier wakes up on her wedding day, looks at herself in the mirror, in the white dress her mother chose, the veil her mother insisted on, the whole fairy tale her mother orchestrated, and she feels nothing, just emptiness, just resignation. This is her life now, marrying a man she doesn't love because it's easier than fighting, than choosing herself, than choosing James. At the church, guests arrive, family, friends, Hollywood people, everyone smiling, congratulating, celebrating. Nobody asks if she's happy, they just assume, because she's getting married, and married means happy, right? Outside the church, James Dean arrives, on his motorcycle. He didn't plan to come, told himself he wouldn't, but he can't help it. Has to see her one more time, even if it kills him. He parks across the street, takes off his helmet, lights a cigarette, and waits. Inside the church, the ceremony begins. Traditional Catholic wedding. Long, formal, sacred. Pier walks down the aisle, sees Vic waiting, sees the priest, sees her mother in the front row, smiling, victorious, satisfied. Pier wants to run, wants to scream, wants to say, "Stop, I don't want this, I love someone else." But she doesn't. She keeps walking, step by step, toward a life she doesn't want. Outside, Dean sits on his motorcycle, listening to the church bells, imagining what's happening inside, the vows, the kiss, the moment she becomes someone else's wife. He wants to storm in, object, stop the wedding, grab her and run, like in the movies. But this isn't a movie. This is real life. And in real life, the hero doesn't always win. The ceremony ends. Guests pour out of the church, throwing rice, cheering, photographing the happy couple. Pier and Vic emerge, smiling for the cameras, playing the part. Then Pier sees him, across the street, James, on his motorcycle, just sitting there, watching her. Their eyes meet, and everything stops. The crowd, the noise, the world. Just them, looking at each other, across an impossible distance. Pier's eyes fill with tears. She mouths something. Dean can't tell what. Maybe "I'm sorry," maybe "I love you," maybe "help me." He just stares, memorizing her face, this moment, the last time she'll ever truly be his. Then Vic puts his arm around her, guides her to the car. The crowd swallows them. They drive away. Dean sits there, long after everyone's gone, long after the church is empty, just sitting, smoking, broken. A photographer captures the moment. Dean on his motorcycle, alone, outside the church, looking devastated. The photo will become iconic, the symbol of heartbreak, of lost love, of the one that got away, the aftermath. Pier's marriage to Vic Damone lasts 4 years. They have a son, but the marriage is hollow, empty. They both know it. Pier never stops loving James Dean, never stops regretting her choice, never stops wondering what if. She and Dean see each other occasionally, at Hollywood parties, film premieres, always awkward, always painful. She wants to tell him she made a mistake, that she chose wrong, that she still loves him. But she's married now, a mother now. It's too late. Dean becomes a superstar. East of Eden. Rebel without a cause. Giant. Everything he said would happen happens. But he's different now. Harder. More reckless. More self-destructive. The softness Pier knew is gone, buried under anger and pain. He races cars, takes insane risks, acts like he has nothing to lose, because he doesn't. He lost the only thing that mattered, her. September 30th, 1955, 1 year after the wedding. James Dean dies in a car crash, 24 years old, gone. The news reaches Pier at home. She's feeding her baby. Her husband is at work. The phone rings. "Pier, it's George Stevens. I have terrible news. Jimmy's dead." The bottle drops from her hand, milk everywhere, but she doesn't notice, doesn't move, doesn't breathe. Jimmy. Her Jimmy. Dead. She collapses, screaming, sobbing, uncontrollable grief. Her husband comes home, finds her on the floor, hysterical. "What happened?" Vic asks. "James Dean is dead," she manages to say. Vic understands immediately, understands what Dean meant to her, what he'll always mean to her. "I'm sorry," Vic says quietly. Because what else can he say? That he's glad? That now he doesn't have to compete with a ghost? That would be cruel. And it wouldn't even be true. Because Dean will always be there. Always between them. The funeral. October 8th, 1955. Pier wants to go, needs to go, to say goodbye, to tell him she's sorry, to tell him she loved him, still loves him, will always love him. But Vic says no. It wouldn't be appropriate. You're married. People will talk. "I don't care what people say." "Your mother would never allow it." And there it is. again. Her mother. Controlling, deciding, even now. Pierre doesn't go to the funeral, stays home, watches the news coverage, sees 3,000 people mourning the boy she loved, the boy she abandoned, the boy who died without ever forgiving her. She locks herself in the bathroom, cries until there are no tears left, until she's empty, hollow, dead inside. Because part of her died with him, the part that believed in love, in happy endings, in choosing yourself. The years that follow. Pierre divorces Vic in 1958, marries again, divorces again, has more children, makes more movies, lives a life. But she's haunted. Always haunted. By James. By that wedding day. By the choice she made. In interviews, when asked about James Dean, she becomes emotional. "He was the love of my life," she says. "The only man I ever truly loved, and I destroyed him. I destroyed us because I was weak, because I chose safety over love, and I've regretted it every day since." September 24th, 1971, 17 years after the wedding. Pierre Angeli dies, officially ruled as an accidental barbiturate overdose. But friends suspect suicide. She'd been depressed for months, talking about James, about mistakes, about wanting to see him again. She's 39 years old. Same age James would have been if he'd lived. They bury her in Hollywood, not in Italy, not with her family, but close to James, close to the boy she loved and lost. On her grave, someone leaves a note. Nobody knows who. It just says, "You're with him now, finally." The legacy. Ask anyone about James Dean's great love. They'll tell you about Pierre Angeli, the girl he never got over, the one that broke him. And ask about the most tragic moment in Hollywood history. Many will tell you about that wedding day. September 24th, 1954. The day love lost. The day family pressure destroyed two people. The day James Dean sat on a motorcycle and watched his soulmate marry someone else. That photo. Dean outside the church, alone, devastated. It's become one of the most famous images in Hollywood history, the symbol of heartbreak, of lost love, of the terrible price of choosing fear over courage. Because that's what the story really is, a cautionary tale about what happens when you let other people make your choices, when you choose security over happiness, when you say yes when your heart is screaming no. Pierre Angeli spent 17 years regretting one decision, one word. Yes, instead of no. And James Dean spent his last year reckless and broken, racing toward death at 85 miles per hour because nothing mattered anymore. Two people, one love, one wrong choice, two destroyed lives. If this story broke your heart, share it. Comment. Have you ever chosen the wrong person? Have you ever regretted saying yes? Have you ever let someone go and spent your life wishing you hadn't? Love is rare. Real love is even rarer. And when you find it, you fight for it. No matter what your mother says, no matter what society says, no matter what anyone says. Because the alternative? Spending your life wondering what if. Living with regret. Dying with his name on your lips. Subscribe for more tragic Hollywood love stories that will make you believe in fighting for what you love.